All right, so today we are diving into something I know a lot of you have been asking about, testogen.
Mm-hmm.
Testosterone boosters seem to be everywhere these days.
Yeah.
Promising to kind of unlock your inner superhero and all that.
Right.
But with so much hype out there, it's easy to feel like you're kind of lost in the sauce.
Yeah, for sure.
So we are going to break down exactly what testogen is, what it claims to do, and whether it's worth adding to your regimen.
Yes, sounds good.
And to help us navigate this maze, I've got Clear's throat. Excuse me. I've got an expert joining me today.
Happy to be here.
So for those tuning in who may be hearing about testogen for the first time, what exactly is it?
So testogen is marketed as a natural way to, like the name suggests, boost testosterone levels, and it comes in both capsules and drops. And the company behind it, Muscle Club Limited, claims it can help regain youthful energy back on muscle shed fat and even give your libido a boost.
Okay, so it's like the Swiss Army knife of supplements then, at least according to the marketing.
Mm-hmm.
But let's unpack that natural claim a bit.
Okay.
We're not talking about some miracle berry found deep in the Amazon, are we?
Not exactly a single miracle berry now.
Okay.
But Muscle Club really emphasizes the natural ingredients in testogen, which definitely appeals to, I think, a growing number of people who are seeking plant-based solutions.
Right.
And they're not just throwing around the term natural loosely.
Right.
They've actually included ingredients like fenugreek extract,
Okay.
which has been used for centuries in traditional medicine.
Fenugreek, huh?
Yeah.
I know that one from my spice rack, but I guess it has a side hustle I wasn't aware of. So how does testogen supposedly work?
Okay.
Does it just like trick your body into producing more testosterone or?
So that's the general idea, but it's a bit more nuanced than that.
Okay.
According to Muscle Club, testogen works on two fronts.
Okay.
First, it aims to stimulate the testes to produce more testosterone, essentially giving your body's natural production a nudge.
Okay, so it's like a personal trainer for your testosterone.
Exactly.
Pushing it to do more reps.
Yes, exactly. And second, testogen claims to inhibit the conversion of testosterone into estrogen, a process that naturally occurs as men age.
Ah, yes. The dreaded estrogen conversion, a topic that probably makes every gym buff out there shudder a bit.
Right.
But let's get to the good stuff, the supposed benefits.
Yeah.
Muscle gain and a libido boost are pretty standard fare for these kinds of supplements. But what about claims of improved mood, better sleep, or even fat burning? Are we talking about a fountain of youth in capsule form?
Well, I hate to be the voice of reason here, but
Okay.
while each of these benefits has some scientific basis,
Okay.
there's a big difference between correlation and causation.
Okay.
For instance, testosterone does play a role in regulating mood and energy levels.
Okay, so it's not like swallowing a testogen capsule will instantly transform you into a chiseled, energetic Adonis.
Not quite.
Okay.
A 2017 study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that D-aspartic acid, one of testogen's key ingredients, did show a modest increase in testosterone levels in a group of men. But the study also emphasized that individual responses varied and lifestyle factors played a crucial role as well.
Interesting. So it's not a magic bullet, but it might give some individuals an edge, especially if they're already taking care of their health.
Right.
And that brings us to the ingredient list, which I have to say reads a bit like a grocery list for a health nut who also happens to shop at a medieval apothecary.
Okay.
D-aspartic acid, zinc, vitamin D, those all make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But then we've got things like horny goatweed, which just sounds intriguing.
You picked out one of the most talked about ingredients for a reason.
I mean, with a name like that, how could I resist? But seriously, what's the deal with horny goatweed?
Sure.
Is there any scientific evidence to back up its, shall we say, suggestive name?
Well, horny goatweed, also known as epimedium, has a long history of use in traditional Chinese medicine, particularly for its purported aphrodisiac properties.
Okay.
And while the research is still in its early stages,
Right.
some studies suggest it might have a positive effect on erectile dysfunction, possibly by influencing enzymes involved in blood flow.
So there might be something to it after all. It's not just a funny name.
Right.
But it sounds like with a lot of these ingredients, more research is needed.
Yeah.
It's not as simple as saying, take this herb and you'll be a virile god.
Precisely. And it's important to remember that individual responses to supplements can vary wildly.
Right.
What works wonders for one person might have zero effect on another.
Sure.
So it's really about managing expectations and being realistic about what these supplements can and cannot do.
Right. Speaking of managing expectations, we've got to address the potential downsides.
Okay.
I'm guessing testogen isn't all sunshine and superhuman strength.
Right.
Are there any drawbacks or risks people should be aware of?
That's a crucial point. While testogen is marketed as a natural supplement, which can lead to assumptions about its safety,
Okay.
it's important to remember that natural doesn't automatically equal risk-free.
Right.
For starters, the manufacturer is very clear that results require consistent use.
Okay.
This isn't a one-and-done magic pill.
So those hoping for a quick fix might be disappointed.
It's essential to go in with the right mindset.
Okay.
And speaking of things that require a bit of caution, it's important to point out that testogen, like many supplements, is not approved by the Food and Drug Administration, or FDA.
Okay. And for those who might not know, what does that actually mean in terms of safety and effectiveness?
It simply means that testogen hasn't gone through the same rigorous testing and approval process as pharmaceuticals.
Right.
It doesn't automatically make it dangerous, but it's a factor to consider.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So no FDA stamp of approval and consistent use is key. Anything else to keep in mind?
While generally considered safe for most people, there's always the possibility of mild side effects with any supplement.
Sure.
Some users report upset stomachs, headaches, or even acne breakouts, especially when they first start taking testogen.
So some potential for a little discomfort, but usually temporary.
Yeah.
What about more serious side effects?
Those are less common, but as always, anyone experiencing any concerning or persistent side effects should stop using testogen immediately and consult their doctor.
Absolutely. Always better to be safe than sorry. But let's shift gears for a moment and talk about what people are actually saying about testogen.
Okay.
We've got the science, we've got the manufacturer's claims, but what about real-world experiences?
That's where things get really interesting.
Yeah.
We see a wide range of experiences reported online.
Right.
Some users, particularly those who maintain a healthy lifestyle and have realistic expectations, report noticeable improvements in their energy levels, gym performance, and even their might.
Okay.
However, it's crucial to emphasize that these are just anecdotal experiences, not definitive scientific proof.
Right. It's important to take online reviews, whether positive or negative, with a grain of salt.
Absolutely.
What about those who compare testogen to legal steroids? I imagine you have some thoughts on that.
Yeah, I've seen those kinds of claims too, and they always make me kind of raise an eyebrow.
Yeah.
It seems like there's a fine line between, a helpful boost and, taking things a bit too far.
You're hitting on a crucial point.
Okay.
While some users might experience significant changes, it's just crucial to remember that these supplements are not regulated in the same way as pharmaceuticals.
Right.
Comparing them as steroids, even in a legal context, is misleading and potentially dangerous.
Right. So for our listener who's been taking notes this whole time, maybe even checking out the Testogen website in another tab, what's the bottom line?
Okay.
What's the most important takeaway from all this?
If you're looking for a magic bullet, a quick fix to instantly turn back the clock and achieve peak physical performance, Testogen probably isn't it.
However, and this is important, if you're already incorporating healthy habits, exercise, a balanced diet, stress management, Testogen might offer an additional edge.
Okay, so not a resounding yes or no, but a proceed with caution and a healthy dose of realism.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I can't stress this enough. It's crucial to consult with your doctor before starting any new supplement regimen,
Right.
especially one that claims to influence hormone levels. They can assess your individual health profile, consider any potential interactions with medications you're currently taking, and really help you make an informed decision.
Solid advice as always. So there you have it, folks. Our deep dive into the world of testogen. We've explored the science, the hype, the potential benefits, and the very real caveats.
Remember, knowledge is power. Take what you've learned, continue your research, and most importantly, have an open and honest conversation with your healthcare provider.
Couldn't agree more. And on that note of informed decision-making, we'll wrap up this deep dive. Until next time, stay curious.